guys, it's Laura from TheRealLauraB on Twitter and here on YouTube. And you're not going to believe this, but I actually did start. And the way StreamYard works is I have to hit go live and then I have to go live the second time. And I forgot to hit the second time. So I've been having a grand old time, but that's okay. I'll start again. So yeah, I'm here. I survived the trip. I went up to see the concert. It was amazing. I did fly up. Hey, everybody. I was supposed to fly up Saturday. And we were in the path of the hurricane. Well, not the hurricane itself, but it would have been, once it hit land, it would have turned into a tropical storm. And I have to tell you, we had some majorly heavy rains, but very much heavy winds where I was. So I was quite concerned about getting out Saturday. So we got up at 5 a.m. to leave. And my husband got very, very ill. And we ended up having to go to the emergency room. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And they figured it must be something the winds brought in, because they were from the south and stuff. Maybe it was stuff he wasn't used to that brought onto some kind of an allergic asthma attack. So once they figured that all out, we changed our flights till Sunday and we did finally get. So that was very exciting. Hi, everyone. I'm so thrilled you are joining us. I'm going to have a visitor, Bekka from Fairfax, who is there. And well, I did get up there. So I want to do something different with my intro and bring up my trip. Hold on. Yeah, and we did make it. Thank you all for wishing well for my husband. It was pretty scary. He just couldn't breathe. It was like his chest was in a vice, but we did get there okay. Thanks for the intro. I just thought I'd do something different since I'm not reading documents. I don't have to do all the legal disclosures. This is just for fun. Thank you. Glad he is okay. You miss flying. Yeah. You know, what's funny is I couldn't remember all the rules. I'm like, I told the security people, like, I don't remember what I can leave in my bag or take out or any of that. And they were just like, no, we're fine. We're fine. I'm so glad you liked the intro. I'm glad that was fun. Scotland's here. Yay. Wales. Who else have I got? California. I cannot believe that Bekka and I started this and I just happened to look up and I hadn't hit the second go live. France. Awesome. Virtual hugs to all of you. Australia. I am going to bring Bekka on because she's been on here once before. Now we get to be on her twice. So how crazy is that? We could have gone for an hour.
I know.
It just happened.
Just grabbing away and nobody heard any of it.
I'm looking at the questions and they're all talking about, you know, the defendant in Spain. And I'm like, nobody's even listening to us. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I forgot to go live. No wonder they can't hear us. Yeah, we had a great time. So Bekka, let me introduce you. She's been on my show before. I'm so thrilled. She is from Fairfax. And she was a massive help when we met her. She's so warm and caring and loving. And yes, Teresa's in there. Teresa's in the comments. She's like, Bekka. She was there for us. And I mean, she took some people to the airport. She just told us where to eat, told us how to get in and out of places. She was just wonderful. Okay. So we really, really so appreciate her. Teresa, another one of our partners that we met up in, she's from Portugal. She flew in. Yeah. So a lot of people asked me about that, flying in. It was quite a trip for me both times, but I went to the courthouse because my son lives up there and with my grandson and obviously my daughter-in-law. And I really weighed my odds because of the lockdown. I had not seen them very much. So since they were only 9 miles from the courthouse, I decided to go up there Monday through Thursday, and we had Fridays off. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I got to spend with my family. So there was a method to my madness. I wasn't just crazy to go up there just for the court. But with all the work I did for years, I was just so glad to be there, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You just wanted Johnny to know, not that you were one of these fans that were dressed up like you were going to a concert or the club that night. You wanted him to know you had his back.
And to rewind a little bit, I decided to go, actually, I did not know who Laura was online or her presence. I only knew, I miss you, Teresa.
Yeah.
I only knew about her because of the documents that she listed online. And I started to research because he was coming to Fairfax, and I really dug into the case. I actually kind of admittedly was not interested in this litigation because I was scared if it was true, or, I just didn't want to know. Right. But then when I read all of the documents from the UK trial, regardless of the outcome, I really truly believed that he was the innocent party, and I live here, so why not? Yeah. I was fortunate enough to be able to attend a little more than half of the trial. I ended up getting COVID towards the end. Yeah. And I was able to be there after COVID for the verdict. But I just remember the first day I walked in and I saw Laura in the hallway and I go, "Hey, are you Laura B?" And then she goes, "Depends who's asking."
Well, it was funny because I talked to Jax about it. I'm like, "I'm not telling anybody I'm going." She goes, "Laura, they're all going to recognize you." And I'm like, "Why would they recognize me?" I'm like, I'm just this little circle on Twitter. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. And a lot of people. And in fact, I had fun at the concert that people came up and wanted to take selfies with me.
Yeah. That was so cute. Yeah. She recognized my husband from my Instagram.
Oh, that's too funny.
I was like, you and I were out, talking to people that we saw from the courthouse, and people were coming up to my husband and they were like, "Hey, are you Bekka's husband?"
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I'm trying to figure out who this is. Did somebody have a VIP ticket? I did not. No, I was there as a normal person. Yeah. And we'll get to some of what was going on
in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So anyway, this is in a really cute part of DC. It's off in a tourist area called the Wharf. So I thought I'd do another little tour with you on that, and Bekka and I can point out some things. Yeah. So this is starting right outside my hotel, and it is sped up a little bit.
It's before I came to meet up with Laura.
Right. But I have you there too. I have you in the next one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, here's a little bit of what we did. So this is right outside. Oops. I have to add it back, and I have to hit the pause button. I want to tell you, it was cold and windy. So this is Monday. This is the day before the concert. Let me tell you, it was cold.
It really was.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll see my umbrella dip down in front of the camera, but this is outside the hotel. And that's an amazing yacht right there. I mean, we're in a money area. Yeah. There's some huge super yachts out there and some medium-sized yachts. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool to see.
There are some people that actually live on their boats over there.
We sat right in here. This is the Oyster Bar. No, this is Ben & Jerry's ice cream. This is the Oyster Bar, it's called.
Yeah. The closed-in area is the Oyster Bar.
And we sat there staring at that big yacht thinking, gee, I wonder if Johnny could be staying on there, because there were lights and people walking around that night. And we were thinking about sneaking down there, but you have to have a key to get down the dock. So we couldn't do that. But we were joking that maybe he was staying there and was going to water taxi over to the venue. But No, we found out later that's not true. He
Yeah.
ended up coming in on a bus.
Like how he did in Venice. Arrived in
Right. So that's another place to eat. That's Ben and Jerry's. It's ice cream. That's why they had those cow benches out there. But nobody's eating ice cream today. I tell you, it was cold. It was cold. So again, they have a lot of outdoor eating. In the summer, this would be all opened up. But they get extra seasons out of it by closing off and putting heaters in there. And then that happened to be the Irish pub that we spent a lot of time in.
I was saying during our non-live, I said that, we actually spent a lot of time there before and after. I think we visited it 3 times, twice before and once after.
And some people may have been there more than that.
Yeah.
Because I think some others, we met it with Tiffany. You'll meet her. She, I think, was back there too.
Yeah.
She was on a later eating schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really pretty. See a lot of outdoor eating, not in that weather, but so it's a really pretty area. Really fun. Nice break from the hill. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. And cafeteria food.
Yes. Yes. And another side street. So basically you've got these big square blocks and you've got these big side areas that they were, that has more restaurants and some little boutiques, not a whole lot of shopping that I could really see. Yeah. Back out for the view. Yeah, miserable weather.
Yeah, it was.
Miserable weather. Yeah, JD Yacht Fantasies. I think so. This was a nice, I think this is a French restaurant. I thought that was interesting. We didn't get in there. Yeah. And this was fun. So now right here, I think you can see my pointer, I hope.
No, I don't think you can see
You don't see? Okay, so right.
The top.
This part.
Top right corner.
Oh, is it the left corner for me? Okay, that's weird. It's backwards.
For me,
anyway, that's the anthem.
Oh, you're talking about the anthem. I thought you were talking about the s'mores.
Yeah, we'll get to the s'mores, but we're coming up to the anthem. That would be right. I hope it's on point in the right place.
It's the left.
Because I'm on a mirror feed,
it's
I think.
The left.
So that's summer in Glasgow. Hey, Secret Miss Girl, how you feeling? So yeah, this is coming up to the anthem where he was going to play. Now this is the day before, so he's not in the marquee. What was the name of this restaurant?
Which restaurant?
The one right next to Anthem.
Mi Vida?
The Mexican. Yeah.
Mi Vida.
Mi Vida. Because we ended up being there pre-concert. I don't even want to say it was dinner. I think it was snacks.
Yeah. Snacks and drinks.
But that's the anthem. Cold. So cold. So that was going to be Johnny and Jeff the next day. There's the water taxi there. That's why I was thinking he could come over, but wasn't where he was staying. But it's fun to think about. Yeah, it was raining a lot. It was windy too, because I'm holding my camera and the top of my umbrella to keep it from dipping down in front. Yeah.
The water taxi takes you from the wharf in DC over to Alexandria. So you can go back and forth. Thanks, Secret Mix Squirrel.
I know, I hope I'm not making y'all sick by rushing this, but I have a second time with Bekka. See, my umbrella popped in. But it is a wharf. Of course, it's known for its ships and its yachts. And here we have our
pirate ship.
We have our pirate ship, yeah.
I wish that was in front of the anthem during the show. Like, that would have been so cool.
Now, did they take people out on tours on that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a water taxi and a show. I think I haven't done it yet, but I've definitely seen pirate-themed people on the boat, but while it was docked. So I just haven't seen it in action yet. Yeah,
bands do not ever advertise where they're staying. Yeah, no way.
No,
and I don't think Johnny. I don't think they. I mean, I think they came in the night before. Did they come in during the day?
You mean to the venue?
Into the town.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
And I purposely
Well, I mean, we know he flew in based on what we've seen on Instagram. He flew in on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
So we know he was in the DC area, but we don't know exactly where.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying this, Kim. Yes, I guess he doesn't want to do pirates. That's okay. Who
Even
knows?
though
They could
we all
convince him.
secretly would love for him to come back as Jack. I mean, on his
And
own terms, hopefully, you know.
and that could happen. Who knows? Who knows? So more of the area, and I do slow it down there because the wharf, one of the biggest things about the wharf is, yes, the boats, of course, but there's the fishing, right?
Yep.
So
They
we're gonna go.
have a fish market there at the pier. Although
And that I did visit.
It's been a little while since I've seen them set up the fish
I was
market.
really surprised. I didn't see any tables and chairs, but there was some great, look, it's pouring out there now. There was some great cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised that
a lot of these
well, there's some chairs.
A lot of these little cookery places on the edge, those are more like grab and go.
It's cooked.
So I slowed it down for y'all because I thought this was fun. This is amazing steamed crabs.
Chicken parties. Just throw a newspaper down and the crabs get steamed.
Yeah, I love steamed crabs. Now look at all that cooked food, and there are no tables and chairs out, obviously because of the weather. So nobody's eating this. There was all kinds of cooked fish on this side, crab legs. There's the corn and potatoes. I know, and some Cajun.
Grab a box and go.
I know, and all kinds of Cajun shrimp, and that's crawfish down there.
Yeah,
it's nice to explore without traveling sometimes. Yeah, all kinds of. I'm making my way around people. They were there to get the chowder.
Oh yeah.
So there was chowder in there.
She crab soup or something like that.
Yeah. So this guy was shucking oysters and clams.
Big clams.
Chowder. I did live up in Boston area for a while. That's the raw fish over there.
We have fresh seafood for you to take.
It's hard for me to breathe in the wind, so I sound all out of breath. So I'll pause that. But the fish, I have to tell you, the smell was just salty, briny, and fresh. It was not like a disgusting fish market. I can tell you up in Boston, it can get pretty nasty smelling in the fish market, but not down here. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they do a good job keeping it nice and clean.
Yeah. And I asked them, I said, who are you selling this to? Nobody's here today. And they said that they can keep it for a couple days in the back fridges. But it's all kinds of fish there. I just thought it was fun. Bubba Gump. Yeah, that's right.
A lot of the restaurants in the area get their seafood from over here. So that
makes sense. Yeah.
Cool too. Yeah.
So clams.
And the boats, the people who live on the boats, they'll pop off and grab a box of.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Some more stuff. Some of it's wrapped already to go and easy to go. Tuna.
Now I want to go over there and grab me some seafood.
But I was having fun with one guy. He was explaining the crabs to me. So I'll get him up here in a second.
Seafood is real fresh.
Yes.
This is not sell everything, keep in the cooler, tomorrow use it and more.
Yeah, I can smell it. It's a nice clean fish smell. It's nice, briny, and
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm a good tourist. I compliment.
You come down here and they're sorting the crabs.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you? Come on, venturing out in the rain. Nobody else seems to.
Oh, they better not get me.
Wow. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a quiet day.
Yeah, it's a good day. Female's got the Capitol. The male's got the monument.
Oh, the Capitol and the monument. Oh, wait.
Okay, so if you're aware of Washington, D.C., we know the Capitol building has a dome, right? It even has a little spiral on top. The Washington monument is straight up. So if you see these, I guess I'm sorry, my clicker doesn't go on the screen, but on the left, the crab, you can see the White House, the Capitol building with the dome. And on the other side, when he flips the crab out of the light, you will see the monument, and that's a male.
It's cool.
That's a female.
And the male's got the monument.
And that contrast.
Yeah. I learned
That's
something. Thank
interesting.
you.
I never really paid
Thank
attention
you.
to that.
Neither did I. I just
Yeah.
ate what they gave me.
Right? Yeah.
Right. So, Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, the poor crabs. Yeah, it was a nice. So I'm walking back to the hotel and the wind is picking up on me. So this was the day before when I was just out there by myself. Do they have coconut crabs? I saw that they had some shrimp dipped in coconut. So I don't know what a
Yeah,
coconut
I think
crab
they do.
is.
Yeah, they do. The
I don't know.
one that was before the one that you just visited. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what a coconut crab is.
Well, coconut, you dust it in coconut and coconut crab.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I
thinking
saw
coconut shrimp. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I said. I said I've seen coconut shrimp,
Crab.
but I haven't seen coconut crab. I don't know if they.
I think is that Hawaiian?
Maybe. What we do is we steam the crabs, like you saw that in the beginning. We put newspaper down on the table. We put rolled up washcloths that are wet.
No, they don't have coconut crab.
No.
That's not our region, I don't believe.
Okay. So then so we all sit down and we dump the corn and the potatoes in the middle and then the crab and we just pick, and you're there for like 3 hours because you're just talking and you don't really get full because you get so much little bit of crab. But it's just fun and you just talk the whole time. So I'm just heading now back to my hotel. So I thought I'd take you on a little tour. And they're lined up for their show tonight. Yeah, my hotel was really close to the Anthem. I mean, it was just on the other side of the pub, not very far at all.
It was like two square building blocks away,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That was about it. So it was really close. I didn't have to worry about driving or anything.
Right.
Crab guts are gross. No, we eat the underneath the shell. Yeah, we eat the good crab meat, not just the legs. She's saying no, she just eats the legs.
My daughter eats the crab guts. I do not.
Yeah. So that was pretty much the end of our little tour. Oh, look at that. We got bigger. I didn't know we could do that. I just hit a different button. So let me see if I have any questions down here. They are friggin' huge. I think they're talking about the crabs.
Yeah, coconut crabs are very large.
Yeah, we have jumbo crab legs. I didn't see the bodies, just the legs. That's about the only time I don't think you had anything from the jumbo crabs other than the legs. Right? So, this is the day I met them. That's Tiffany.
In there, yes. We got Tiffany and Bekka from Fairfax. Hello. This is our surprise visit. Nobody knows. We should probably do that.
I thought she was taking a
Bekka and
picture.
Tiffany from Fairfax.
What?
I thought you were taking a picture at first, and so
Oh, yeah.
I was like posing, and then you were talking, and I was like, "Oh, you're live."
I know.
So this is the pub. We spent a lot of time, and this is a better angle here. It was fun. It's an Irish pub.
Such
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I had fish and chips, and then later on we had flatbreads. What else did we had? Something else.
There was a fish and chips, salad, flatbread. It was like a pizza flatbread.
Yeah. Beer,
Had a
wine.
wings. I
And then
think
here
we
at the
had some
pub for
wings.
lunch.
And it's the same price that
Hey, guys.
at least with this venue.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not raining today. Well, the rain's still
Knock on
coming.
wood. Yeah.
Rain is still coming. And I was walking back. Here we are, getting close to the Anthem again, down here on the wharf.
So this is the next day.
We saw this last.
This is the day of.
Yeah.
I know. They made the people stand out in the rain last night to wait. So here's the.
Thank you. I was a drowned rat, I can assure you.
That humidity was crazy. There it is.
There they are. Now this, I mentioned this because I think I heard her comment or saw her comment on Twitter that she was on her friend's live when she met Johnny and she almost had given up, but I persuaded her. So I remember reading somebody about, I met Johnny Depp on a live stream, and that must be Cheryl.
That's so great. Cheryl, was that this location or a different concert location?
I have to wait for her to answer,
have
but
to
I'm
wait for
thinking
the
I saw it from
response.
New York.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, almost hit the wrong one. Where are we? We're over here.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. We were so excited to finally see it.
Yeah, and then we were trying to time it where we were like, oh wait, it went away. Let's take another picture. But it was like on the front marquee the whole time.
Yep.
Going to the front.
And the opening act is, I don't know how to pronounce it, Desir or Desir.
Desir?
That's his last
Disconnected
name,
again.
the opening act's last name. And he
got another one we're
explained during
meeting
the
up with.
concert that he met Johnny at a tattoo
Meeting up
parlor.
another one.
Oh, sorry. Let me go back to that one. I was saving time.
Fairfax gal.
Let me get the right one up there. There we go. We're back in there. So Kayla was, oh, that's a terrible pause. Hold on.
I don't know if I'm
So Kayla was at the Shake Shack and she was on, we also met her in Fairfax. She goes to college in the area. And it was funny because I met her and it was always, this is Kayla. Nice to meet you. And Kayla's mom. Hi,
Yep.
Kayla's mom. It was just Kayla's mom. I still don't know her first name.
It's Christy.
Christy, thank you. It was just
I
Kayla's
told
mom.
her, I was like, you are just forever going to be
in the picture or not.
her mom.
Kayla's
Her
mom.
mom met up with us later.
Awesome. Did you get your food yet?
I'm still waiting.
Oh, Teresa, we tried to FaceTime you and it didn't go through.
I know. I tried to
They're
FaceTime
gonna run
her
down
during the
there.
show a couple times.
All right, now we're getting into logistics. This is it. This is the Johnny. This is one of the buses arriving. This is not Johnny's bus. This guy.
This Anthem guy was not playing.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was nice after the fact, but during this whole thing, he just gave you this look like, don't even.
So if you notice, he's not wearing generally an ID. They were out there at barricades and they were telling you right up. So when I see comments on Twitter like, oh, his security was me, that's not his security. I'm telling you, these guys did not play around. They were
Right.
out there saying
It's
back
the
up. And this is a
venue people do not care who you're a fan of and who's visiting. They're just doing their job. They don't bend the rules for anyone,
No.
Yeah.
no. And this was a public sidewalk and they were pushing us back. They didn't want us
Yeah,
anywhere
yeah.
near it.
Yeah.
So we thought it was Johnny. I think they thought it was Johnny time wise, but it turns out it was not his
It
bus.
was not, yeah.
But we didn't waste any time watching it. The rain is coming and going on
If
us.
I'm not mistaken, this is Jeff Beck's bus, but we never saw him get off of it.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if it was that one or the one in the front because I think he was there earlier, but we just don't know.
Yeah. Well, because there was only one tour bus that went down that alley, right?
2.
Were there two?
Johnny's in this one.
Oh, I thought. Oh.
All right, now that one's
okay.
Johnny's.
Okay, yeah. So the middle one is Johnny's, and the
This is
back
Johnny's.
one is Jeff Beck's.
The one that just backed in. And then this is their big equipment truck.
Yeah, the semi truck.
So let me see. This guy was pissing me off because he was purposely getting in front of my
I
camera.
feel like it was on purpose.
He was kept doing this the whole time, blocking my camera.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can, there we go. So you see what they've done. They backed this bus in so Jeff could get out, assuming it was Jeff, and go. We walked by this earlier, so we know that was an open door to like the garbage area and then to the innards of the building. So they could get out and we wouldn't see them. But Johnny's was even more hidden because this bus blocked his door.
Face in towards that door.
So that's how they secured him. We could not see anything.
Private alleyway celebrity entrance, which is still not quite private because it's public property and there's a public parking garage right there.
Yeah. That we were ducking in. And then when he came, they made us get out and they shut the door because we were trying to hide from the rain.
We were trying to, it was horrible weather. They were doing their best to make it as inconvenient for people as possible. And by the way, there were only like 20 of us.
Yeah, and there's a few down here.
And I want to say of the 20, like 15 or 12 were all autograph seekers that were going to sell autographs.
So they wouldn't let us down. I just want Johnny should have had me as a VIP. That would have been amazing. But I got to be honest, I have no connections. I'm just one of you guys. I buy a ticket. I go to the show. We stalk the area like we've seen every other places. And we just hoped to get lucky. At our venue, he was not seeing fans. Now, keep in mind, this was his first show of the season. He had just come in from France. He was exhausted. He needed to get up there and warm up and rehearse. And remember, he hasn't played with Jeff in several months.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, he needed his time, and then we'll tell you more about that later.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's where
they were popping out the
off.
couch.
They were coming out that side door, and then they brought the chair out to that big guy, burly guy came out and sat for a while, but there was nothing we could see.
Yeah. Do you see that they just extended the living room of the
Yes.
the bus? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could point because my pointer goes there, but yeah, they bumped out the living area.
I don't think so.
Because the door is right there.
But I bet that bus eclipses it. Don't you think?
So you're living vicariously through our many, many, many hours there and after.
In the cold and drizzly weather.
Yeah. And that was it. That was the end of that one. So what we did after
Did you
that.
get the video of Mark exiting?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I should have sent it to you.
I'm sorry.
We were all like, Mark.
Yeah, if you get a chance to send it to me, I'll try and get it up there.
Oh,
Yeah, we did see Mark, and we recognize him, and we'll go through our photo montages. Yeah, send it to me in chat, and I'll see if I can get up there.
I think I can text it to you. I'm not actually on YouTube. I'm on your link.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I
that-
just think I just
Is that
got
what
it.
you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get it.
Um,
Oh wait, where did you send it to? Did you send it to
I
Twitter?
haven't, I'm looking for it.
Okay, so
I took like 500 photos.
I know. So I went through our photos and I tried to put something together,
Okay.
and the only reason I didn't meet you later is that I was not there. Okay, well, yeah, it's hard to meet Ardo if you're not there.
Okay, I found it.
Okay,
I'm gonna text it to you, but I don't know how you're gonna convert it
I don't
onto
know.
the video. Do
I'll
you
see-
know
I
how to
don't-
do that?
I haven't done it yet before, so I will have to try.
Otherwise, I could like hold my phone up to the camera.
Well, let me see. Let me get it first.
Okay.
I don't have it. Did you
It's like
text it to me?
5 seconds.
Okay, here I got it. Let's see if I can put it here. No, let me see if I can put it over here then. Yes, I can. So now I can share it that way. Okay, video file. And I think it was this one. Here you are. So there's Mark. That is one of Johnny's security. We saw him come out in front of the bus.
We met him at the courthouse along with other people on his team. So we all spent weeks in the courthouse with people from his team. So they recognized us, and they're very kind people.
They are very kind, and I think that's an important disclosure to make now. Honest to God, we have no inside information. We went to the courts every day. Where we sat in the bleachers, it wasn't as big as you'd think, but I either sat right behind Sean, Mark, and Johnny's friend Beachy, or to the side of them. A few days I was a little further
Right.
away. The
We
same
all
with
kind of
you.
shuffled. We never sat in the exact same spot every single day. We kind of shuffled around a little. So yeah, next to, behind.
Yep. But they got used to seeing us, and we greeted them. And Teresa was funny. Where's Teresa? Here
I
she
was
is.
just going to mention this.
Yeah.
Teresa used to play tic-tac-toe with Sean because she was usually in the row behind him, and they would put the reserved like papers and
Yeah, do
stick
not
it
sit
on
here.
their bench, and then he would take the reserved paper and put it behind his seat. And then during break, she would quickly do a tic-tac-toe and then pop it on his bench. And it would take a whole week to do a tic-tac-toe because we only had like 2 breaks.
Well, if he got up to get a coffee or something or go to the bathroom, she'd slam it up there, and they'd come back and they'd do the same thing.
It was adorable. And he would
Yes.
leave a little, and he would leave a little note for her or something. Like it was really cute.
So that's how it happened. It was just a matter
They're the
of
sweetest people ever towards Johnny's fans. So don't let anybody say anything different.
No. They are amazing. They they just got to know our familiar faces, period. They knew we were safe. They knew we were there to support Johnny in the legal courtroom. We weren't there to get autographs. We weren't trying to, send gifts back. We weren't screaming and drooling over the benches, although some might have been anyway. And it was really nice. And let's see, I was at the DC concert. Sorry, I did not get to meet you guys. I was really shy, but I do know that the workers at the show were very cautious. Yeah, I was in the third row and was told I could not take pictures. Well, we were at first told, and thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah. We were at first told that we couldn't take pictures. And we looked at that security woman like we were going to rip the head off.
And we challenged her. We were like, are you sure? Because that doesn't sound like a Johnny Jeff rule, unless it was an anthem rule. And so she went back into the building and came out like 5 minutes later. And she said, disregard. They just don't want paparazzi with big cameras in the venue. Your camera had to be the size of your fist or your cell phone. So
they didn't want paparazzi cameras.
Yeah.
So that was.
I'm so sorry if you didn't take any photos, that sucks that somebody misinformed you, but hopefully, you can, if you share our, at Casablanca Scroll or at TheRealLauraB, if you want to share our pictures and credit us, you're more than welcome to share our photos.
So I do have some photos. I put a little montage together. I'll let it play like a video. There it goes. And then I'll just pause it when we want to talk about it. But this is something that Kayla made that she put together as a little montage.
That. Yeah. Yep. All the boys.
Yeah. And this is out on the street. We had just picked Kayla out. Look at her with her earmuffs. I'm telling you, people,
it's so adorable. I don't know if Kayla's watching because she's traveling right now, but Kayla, you're so cute.
Yeah. Her and her mom, so nice.
Yeah.
So this is at that Mexican place, the
Mi Vida. Yeah.
And we're on the second floor, and we went up there and we had some drinks and guacamole and chips, sauce and dips, some tacos to tide us over.
Little did I know I was sitting next to a familiar face.
I know. And there he is. That is our bailiff. That is, do you remember his name?
Oh, I'm going to butcher it. I do remember his name, but I never say it right.
He was
Halusa,
maybe
something like that. I'm so sorry for saying his name wrong.
He was the chief deputy or the head bailiff inside the courtroom. He would be the one who would say, all rise, all sit. He presented the knife.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he was the one who was not taking any nonsense. He would have his deputies kick you out. He was the one who said that, that she walked out. Remember, Amber got off the stand and walked out, and they were like, whoa, where'd she just go? And so he was careful of that. Nicest man. Let me tell you, he was pretty strict. He did not mess around when I tried to joke with him sometimes. But that night we had a good conversation. We talked for a long time.
He was coming toward us because he was actually coming towards the people he was sitting with. But then he saw us and he goes, hey, I know you guys. Like, it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, Johnny wouldn't put up any of this. And Beck, we slept outside on the cement
At the beginning of the trial, we did not sleep outside. We came at like 6 o'clock and the line opened at 7? You got wristbands?
I would say I got there at 5. Yeah. But we're talking the first couple days.
Couple days. And then the second day Johnny hit the stand was when we were like 4 a.m. and then 3 a.m. And then it just slowly became 11 p.m. And there's a big sign up that the judge signed that said no camping out, but it became almost impossible if you were really here for the case and you were really there to support Johnny, not just a super fan, but you were there for the case. I mean, you couldn't help but be there at 11:30 the night before. It was insane, but it was well worth being part of that,
Yes. Thank you, Caradon, so much for the super sticker. I so appreciate it. Yeah, the bailiff. Yeah.
And
how did you get pictures of his team? Not in the courtroom. We didn't get any pictures.
Yeah, no.
And we'll tell you about
concert. I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. So behind the bailiff, we did not get to officially meet Johnny. No. Behind the bailiff, the female that's sitting there is actually the woman who read the verdict. If you
I have
watched
pictures of
that.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
So
have
she's
pictures of
actually
her.
got the pink plaid on. And there's another photo where I posed with her. I don't know if you have that, but there's Andrew.
Yeah, I do. When we
Yeah.
get inside, right now we're at the restaurant. So that's Sam.
Or I'm
He's
sorry,
not-
is that Sam? I said
I
Andrew.
think that's Sam Moniz, isn't it?
Yeah, I get them mixed up.
I think that's who it is. And he was funny. He was sweet. I was talking to him. I'm like, I know you don't know who I am. I'm the real Laura B. Oh, that Elaine read
Yeah.
out. And I'm like, yeah, she made me infamous. She made me a target.
What was the previous picture?
Oh, that was just the bailiff again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can go backwards. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Rachel. I so appreciate it. And HDNFT, thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you so much. What we did, we had a great experience. Let me get through some more pictures. It's timed, so I can't go backwards.
Okay, no worries.
So that's when we ran into
On the way downstairs, yeah.
Ben Chu. We were leaving, and his coat has all
he
studs.
recognized us, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, because he was like, hey, you guys are here. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely recognized me. Now, I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing, but it's just a shawl. He recognized us and he came and he gave me a big hug. And when he hugged me, I guess he put his arm underneath my arm and it caught the shawl.
Yeah.
And then when we parted ways, somehow I got my shawl wrapped around me. So I was like, oh no, look at my pictures. They look terrible. But no, he was at the restaurant. They were coming in to eat as we were leaving to get out in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that shirt made with the team's names on them. And I think
Oh
he
my
had this
God.
jacket made. It's
He made the jacket and because I heard that he told the team, Johnny's team, he told them, I have a surprise for you. And I think unfortunately we showed them the jacket before he got to show them the jacket when we showed them some pictures.
well, not oh well. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
A pocket
Yeah,
in
Ben
his
is
pocket.
super, super nice. I mean,
Yeah.
great guy.
I think I have him going up the stairs too. See the back of him. But by this time I was a drenched rabbit. I was so there he is with us. He's so
There's
sweet.
Kayla's mom, Christy. She
There's
met us
Kayla's
at
mom.
Vita. Yeah. This was taken, I think, by paparazzi or someone who was working for
Yeah.
Splash News.
It was the only picture I found of Camille, so I put it in.
Yeah, she stayed behind the scenes until the very end.
So
Yeah, there's
he had
something.
this made or made this. So I don't know where he got
I'm not
all
sure who made it, but it was made for him to wear tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So awesome. I have to make that picture my wallpaper. There we go.
Yeah.
Ah.
I
One
thought
for
he was
framing.
wearing black jeans for some reason. Shows how good my memory is. Because when I posted about it on Twitter, I was like, they're describing his outfit, and I said black jeans. And then I looked at the pictures. I was like, oh wait, it wasn't black jeans.
So we were sitting near the front row, and that's when we start seeing people gathering onto the side. And that's Mark, and that's Sean behind his shoulder. And that's when we started seeing some familiar faces from the courthouse. We went over to talk to them. And that's how we found out that Johnny had graciously not just invited his legal team, but had offered tickets to many of people from the courthouse who could come and a +1.
Yeah, so I heard from one of his team that he basically felt bad that it was such a spectacle and that a lot of these officers and deputies had to work double shifts and they had to do crowd control, something that the Fairfax County Courthouse has never done.
Mhm.
So it was his way of thanking people for their service and their work, regardless of the outcome. He just
Right.
wanted to thank them and be gracious. And so, yeah. Which was
Thank you,
very
Heather.
nice. Yeah. So we saw a lot of familiar faces.
And they did have to deal with a lot of kooks. I mean, there was people out at night who, let me pause this before it goes. Yeah, I got it paused. There was one who showed up with the baby. Now she did get inside, but that night that she showed up, she was rude. I mean, she walked up
yeah.
next to me and took a chair that was there and says, they're not here. Well, it's my spot now. And threw the chair across the way. There was another one that was there drinking. She was in a tutu. She was
Oh my
cuckoo.
gosh, that person, and I'm sorry if she's watching this, but we're going to talk about it. she showed up with ecstasy and other paraphernalia and wine in a water bottle. And she was trying to lie to people and say that she was doing a Johnny after party and Johnny was going to be there in New York. She was collecting people's emails and cell phone numbers and all of that. And we ended up reporting her to one of Johnny's team, and they said she is absolutely not doing an after party for Johnny. And I don't know who she is. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So
Yeah.
There
was a
couple of.
The deputies weren't supposed to go on duty until 7 a.m. and they were having to do night shifts to take care of the crowd outside because we were not supposed to line up before 7. And then it was, you were not supposed to line up before midnight or 1. So they were having to do extra shifts.
Police ended up having to get involved before the deputies came on.
Yeah. And right next door to the cafeteria part entrance is the prison. It's the correction center. And that's where we had to go in to go to the bathroom.
They release people at midnight when people are being released. And so occasionally, if the line wasn't that long, there's 20 people in line, there would be a person released from jail for God knows what crime. And they would come and like sit with us thinking we were like waiting for a bus or something. Yeah. I mean, it was just really crazy. Some of them reeked of alcohol.
I was going to say, most of them were the town drunks, I think.
Right. Yeah. They were like in the drunk tank. And I mean, it was crazy.
Aw, thank you so much. Again, you're so generous. I saw them gathering by the side. So you were there. So that's where we went up and reintroduced ourselves. And of course, they very much remembered who we were, or at least our faces. They didn't necessarily know our name. We introduced ourselves. It should go. There it is. So there is Mark with his mullet. We were teasing about his mullet.
He's
quite proud of it.
Mullet.
And I have my isolation t-shirt on, which you can't see. This is Beachy. Beachy's a longtime friend of Johnny's. And I guess he serves as, he serves as an assistant too somehow, but he travels with Johnny. It's very nice. So that's him. He's sweet. And he was in the courthouse with us. So that's the three, Mark, Sean, and Beachy. That I can remember. Oh, and then his makeup.
Oh, yeah, he was there too.
He would be there on occasion,
but he wasn't at the.
But he wasn't. No, he didn't. He wasn't at the show. Did someone get kicked out? Who's a friend of her? Yeah, Christina Taft got kicked out, but especially Eve Barlow. Got kicked out, and I did a video on that. So you're gonna have to.
Christina Taft got banned from the courthouse, but she would still show up on property.
She was out there giving out flyers the best she could.
Yeah.
So that's Kayla and Kayla's mom, Christy.
Yep.
And that's somebody. I didn't take that. Somebody sent it and posted it on Twitter.
I took that one. Did I?
No, you're in it. There's Sean and Mark in the back. And this guy is one of the deputies.
Yes.
He's funny.
That's Nick, right?
I think so, yeah.
Is that Nick's head?
I think so. I didn't get Taft's leaflet. I don't know who this is, but very sweet.
Yeah. There's Kayla.
See, they were so nice to us, guys. They were just sweet because they recognized us from the courthouse. We were pretty early. There was really nobody there yet. And that's Beachy. He's a sweetheart. You'll see him in a lot of pictures anytime Johnny's traveling.
So nice.
Okay, so this guy was fairly new after the 6 weeks we were there. And what happened was the one day, because they get to know who we are, the deputies, and we got in and we got assigned seats. So that was Johnny's team was usually Mark, Sean, Beachy, and I just gonna blank on his name, Niedermeyer. And this one day, 2 extra people showed up. So we got squished and he just came up out of the blue. And there was new people there too, because it was later in several weeks in. And he just looked at me and he goes, you have to go to the back. And I'm like, me, I'm not the new person. He goes, no, you have to go to the back.
Yeah, somebody squished their way into our aisle. Was it after a break, right?
I think Johnny had an extra guest that day.
Oh,
which we weren't playing because there was so many seats.
It was a fan that squished their way in.
But yes, then that happened. So that's why there was 2 seats lost.
Yeah. So he
said, you have to go to the back. I'm like, the person who squeezed in should go to the back. Yeah. Yes, only. And no, he sent me to the back. And of course, he was brand new. That was his first day there. And afterwards, one of the deputies said, oh, no, we don't do that to the OGs. Yeah. So I didn't think anything of it. Afterwards.
He was very apologetic, though.
This night, he came up to me. He went out of the way to come up to me. He goes, I have to talk to you. I have to apologize. And he was really serious and profusely sweet and apologetic to say, I'm so sorry I sent you back. I didn't know who you guys were. I didn't get the system, that we were the OGs and these people came in and squeezed
he
in.
ended up being one of my favorite deputies. He was so nice and like super, super nice.
He's a friend of Johnny's. He may be serving as an assistant somehow, but he's a nice guy.
Positive. Yeah.
And Jeanette got it. Yeah. The flyers are being left out.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing that Taft did was she passed out these weird flyers, the very conspiracy driven, crazy flyers. Yeah. And
here's two more.
Yes. So I know Deputy Smith, who's on the right. And forgive me, do not remember the deputy on the left. I don't remember his name, but I remember him.
Didn't he have a mustache?
I think he still does. I mean,
a thicker one.
He might just be colored. I'm not sure.
But the other one, he would act like he was sick of us, but he was really nice.
He was, They were all so nice.
Yeah.
They had their moments of, stern, but that was when like new people would be in line inside the courthouse to get into the courtroom, and they would be. Anytime people would cheer for Johnny's team in the hallway, that's when the deputies would be like, knock it off, and we're being the old people in line, not old, but OGs, we would be like, shh, you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah. Mark is his driver.
Beachy is not his driver.
No.
Beachy did not drive to court every day. Mark is his driver. Mark drove every day. Yeah. Beachy sat in the back with Johnny. Yeah.
I tell you, the chief deputy, I can't remember her name. She was very stern. I mean, she was the boss. She was stern.
Oh.
And I remember her speaking to me very sternly several weeks in. And I said, okay,
she was so nice at the end.
But I said, I'm sorry. And then after lunch, I was walking by and she came over to me. She goes, I didn't really mean that, but everybody was watching, so I had to do that.
Yeah.
And I had another one because I had trouble getting up and down from the floor.
Officer Williams or Deputy Williams?
The woman.
Or Sergeant Williams.
She was, I thought she was chief deputy. Chief. Anyway, she was looking out for us, but she had to be, she still had to be the boss.
Yeah, she was all their bosses. Yeah. That's Netra and Ashley. Okay, so this is the
court clerk.
Yes, she read the verdict. And I asked her, I said, what did it feel like for you? And she said it was probably the longest verdict read because she had to read the entire paragraph since it was the whole paragraph in the Washington Post was being contested as defamatory.
Right.
She said it was quite a mouthful, and she specifically told Court TV, I don't want to be zoomed in on. So that's why it was a far away, view of her reading.
Yeah. And I asked them, I'm like, what did you think? Did you think it was the right verdict? And they said, yeah, based on what they saw, they thought it was the right verdict because they were there every day. They heard all the testimony and saw everything. Mm-hmm. And we asked them what they thought about an appeal. Now you have to remember, I can only ask them about the trial portion, not about any pretrial motions. They wouldn't be involved in that.
Yeah.
And they were saying based on the trial they saw, they thought the judge was fair and accurate.
I don't want to say who said this because it is not my right to speak for someone else, but one of the people that was there every single day did say that at the very beginning, they felt like it, Amber's story might have been true, but then when Amber took the stand and their job is to be in a courtroom and they've been doing it for over 20 years. They said once she took the stand, they were like, absolutely not. This is not true. This didn't happen. And he was very happy with the verdict.
Yep. No need.
Oh, I took this picture.
You took this one. I missed this one. I'm not sure what this was about. As far as I saw somebody asking me about, no, not that we know of. They're good friends. And I think I've seen him with other people before he met Johnny. So I don't think that's fair to assume. I know what he did. I know what his role was in the past and what he's trained to do, but I don't think it's fair to assume that. I think he's just a really good friend of Johnny's. And I think he came in after Nate left to manage another band, although I hear Nate is back as his road manager now. which is cool. I did not see Nate.
So did you want to go through any of the concert stuff?
Yep, I'm going to, I think this is at the end of it.
This is
here.
after, yeah. So
this is it.
Me and Tiffany, we went to Kirwan's after the concert, and then we were like, we're just going to check on the tour bus, and like pretty much everybody left, but the team, that was the team, Johnny's team after the show in the alleyway. Yeah.
So this is inside the Anthem, and you'll see we had partially blocked views, which was not supposed to happen.
We did not know. Our tickets did not say partial.
It wasn't supposed to be, but what happened was
sound box.
There it is.
Yeah.
If you can see on the right, you can see. Well, if you look on the left on Jeff's side, you can see the open wall. If you look on our side, it's hard to see here, but there's about 12 feet of partitions put up, plus that speaker.
And then there's I keep calling the sound box. It's a big sound box.
I know, we couldn't see the keyboardist.
From my vantage point, Laura actually sat behind me because we wanted to be able to talk to each other since it was 7 of us. And so we were like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And we were going to be in a little huddle, but it didn't work out that way because it was just the partition was in the way, the sound box. Like Laura had a horrible view. I am tall. Laura, I don't think we planned that very well.
No.
I'm 5'8". I don't know how tall you are, but me and Tiff were right in front of you, and I felt so bad.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Ah! There we go. Sorry, I kept removing Bekka instead of that. That I'm going to save. But I do have some of his videos. I have to be very careful, guys, because I can get a massive copyright hit.
Yeah, YouTube has been cracking down.
And we're being mass reported, guys. We just are. So I'm going to have to. This was Johnny coming out. This is his first intro. I think this is Humble. So I am standing, if you can imagine. Wait.
We still had great seats though, Laura. I mean, we were, other than him going behind the sound box, we still had great seats.
Yeah. It wasn't stopping there for a minute. I was standing on my tippy toes with my camera all the way up. That's how I was able to see over that speaker box. And then I was over top of the lady's head next to me. The lady next to me had VIP tickets. I'm going to have to turn the sound off, guys. But you can see.
And you know what's really sad is there was they're so adorable with each other, by the way. I mean, their interactions were really cute. This woman in a wheelchair was at the very end of the second row. I don't think she saw more than Jeff Beck because she was all the way over behind the partition in that speaker box.
Yeah.
And in a wheelchair. So she couldn't even stand when, behind the speaker.
They said the same thing. That's were stuck behind the speakers too.
Yeah.
The extent where you've done is worth Johnny's attention. Yeah, but he didn't know I was there. I mean, he didn't come out. So even if he were to recognize my face, I was still in the dark part of
we honestly, we did not get special attention regardless of how many weeks we were at the courthouse or the hard work that Laura put in. And for good reason. We didn't realize, Johnny actually had a VIP list of 60 people from the courthouse to his legal team to anyone that helped him in Virginia that worked directly with him. And the venue only allowed 60 meet and greet stickers. And that's the amount that was passed out to the people that worked with him during the trial. So with that being said, there was no special treatment for anyone that didn't have a sticker. And not to mention, Johnny was still on Paris time. He was still going through the jet lag. This was his third day back, right? Well, Sunday
night he landed. Yeah.
Sunday night he landed. And then Monday he had rest, if he rested. I'm sure he practiced. And then Tuesday was the show. So we were told, gosh, he might have been awake for over 30 hours. And he had to do 60 meet and greets with everybody. And he wanted to give each person some quality time. So I'm totally okay with the fact that we did not get a meet and greet. He's a human being and he doesn't owe us anything,
Yes, I did hear that they met some people in Boston. It was
Yes.
it was just a small group that got out there, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but he's having a great time. He's very much light-footed and having a great time. And let's see what else I got. I've got to be careful. Somebody said, are they mass reporting? I don't know that I've been mass reported because I've been very careful. I have been demonetized on several of my videos that they're saying something like, I read the court document about her being arrested and they demonetized that, saying it wasn't safe for all ads. So yeah, somebody's out there doing it for us.
Yeah.
So. So that's Hedy Lamarr.
So if you want to see the full videos, you'll have to go to either mine or Laura's Instagram pages. I have the same name at Casablancas GRL. And then Laura, yours is the same, correct?
Yep. TheRealLauraB.
That's TheRealLauraB. Yeah. So if you want to see the full video with sound, it's on our Instagram pages.
Yeah, I'm not going to another concert. I hear Popcorn Planet got a donor. Somebody offered them
Oh, that's so nice.
tickets, and their group is going to Las Vegas.
That's awesome.
But that's not through anybody from Johnny's team. Just to be clear, that was
Yeah,
somebody.
we all bought our own tickets, so you know we're here to support, not piggyback or get freebies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The meet and greet packages, as far as I know, I'm not aware of any meet and greets. I am aware of VIP packages where you got posters and paraphernalia.
VIP is not meet and greet.
No, and I would double check that because from what I understand, Jeff Beck is not big on meet and greets. So check your tickets.
And that's another thing I wanted to mention was Johnny is trying to be respectful that this is Jeff Beck's concert that he is a guest of. And so he doesn't want too much attention on himself with crowds of people. So that's another aspect of all of that. But if you're able to catch him on the way in or on the way out, that is wonderful. And I hope luck for everyone who does try to do that.
And I think he was just tied up with the group that he invited his guests himself. Yes, I will be leaving the live stream up. Yes. So this is Hedy Lamarr, and he is having a great time.
Yeah.
And he's really, really enjoying himself. Let's see. I got another one. Yeah, it's sad that I have to be so careful, but I do.
Just a snippet.
Now, this is where everybody's now getting into it. Yes, I was told even 5 seconds I can get hit for. So I am standing so far to the point I'm getting exhausted. I'm starting to fall over, but I'm doing the best I can. End of November? Is that right?
It ends in November.
Yeah, and he's got, I think, a chunk of time off before he directs something. But knowing Johnny,
another project coming up, so I hope he gets some rest after this because he's been go like since.
Yeah, this is for Popcorn Planet. Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, that is so nice.
Yeah. So how is your time going, Bekka? Because I mean, I feel bad showing.
I'm good.
Okay,
we can keep going.
Good. I have a nice exit montage that I'll play, but not. We're good for time. What's their last show? Oh, it's Nevada, isn't it? Vegas?
What's their last show in New York? Well, okay, so they did New York, right? For 2 nights or something. And then they do New Jersey, which is today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. And then they're back in New York. And I think the end of this week is the end of New York. If I'm not
they had a couple. I'll pull it up while we're watching this. Go ahead.
Yeah. The woman in front of us, bless her soul, she was so into the concert, which is wonderful. She's second row, but she had some high to heaven hair, and and that fist was in front of us the whole time. So, you know.
Yeah. Let me see what I've got here.
But she enjoyed herself, so that's good for her.
Yes. Screen share. I think I can. Here we go. So he's going to be in Red Bank, and then he's got Kinston, New York, Huntington, New York, twice. Then he goes into Ontario. Then he's in Nashville.
I thought he's doing New Jersey twice.
Red Bank.
Yeah, but I thought he was doing it today and tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's got 3 in New York after Red Bank.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah. Kentucky, Chicago, Illinois. My friend Laurie from Twitter is going to that. And then he's getting into the California, Las Vegas, California, a lot of California, and then back out to Reno.
It's interesting. He's got a Thousand Oaks show. That's it's just an interesting location. I mean, it's LA area, but it's just an interesting location to do a show.
Well, they've been doing kind of smallish venues.
Yeah, I really like that.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes. Bless Beck. They are very good friends.
Yeah.
I was reading that they met, I think, in 2016. That's what I was reading. And I'd love to hear more of that story.
Yeah, me too.
I think Hollywood Vampires is well into 2023.
Yeah, that's next year, I believe.
Yeah, well into it. Yeah. Let's see what else I might have. So we did yeah, it was good. I missed some of his songs. They did not do the full album. Johnny had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs that he sang on. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, Katz, you're being very generous today. I so appreciate it. I agree. I did not expect anything from Johnny. I also love Jeff Beck. Amazing. Looks like you guys had an amazing time. We did.
No, we really did.
A really nice photo montage at the end. So hang in there for that.
With all the familiar faces.
Yes. Well, a lot of him, because I knew I wouldn't be able to do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is time.
Did you get the video of all the gifts that he picked up?
Oh, I might have.
I think I sent it to you, or you could have gotten it from my Instagram.
I say, where is he? So that is Venus in Furs.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, he's got quite a voice. I wanted to hear Baby Baby, Ooh Baby Baby.
Me too. Oh, I'm so mad I didn't sing it.
I wanted to hear his falsetto. I have his album here.
Fun fact for anybody going to future shows, if you have the opportunity to go to the merch table before the show, try to be first at the merch table and get an album, because they only have 10 albums at each venue. So FYI, if you're looking for that album, they've only got 10 at each venue.
That's the vinyl you're talking about.
The vinyl, they've got CDs, but the vinyl, and I believe they're trying to only sell so many so that they're special. There's a certain number of them, but I could be wrong. Maybe they're on the website. I actually didn't check the website. Maybe I should check the website.
I love that story, Kim. Awesome.
I didn't see it. What did she say?
That they he got a knock on his door in 2016. It was JD, and neither of them have stopped laughing and having fun ever since. I did hear that it
brought him to his door. Was it at a concert?
Excuse me. Probably. Okay. I'm sure Johnny could get his way back. Yeah. Let's see if I have remove, and let's see if I can bring another one in. So we have Venus and Resurrection. So this would be.
Oh, that's another one of my favorites.
Like fire.
Now, if I have it at the end of this one, and I'm not sure. But the voice, yeah. And the legs go, and he dances around.
You know what I love when he plays? I like that he kind of twists his feet a little, I don't know if you caught any of it, but when he's really playing, he kind of twists his feet around.
Yeah.
And it's really a cute characteristic.
I wonder if they ran out by then, or they didn't, I don't know, or maybe an order hadn't come in yet. Maybe with the lockdown, they were being careful about about pre-ordering too much.
Huh.
I don't want to. Or not tragedy. They are. Oh my goodness. I have the CD. Yeah. So let's see if I have this in the end.
I love that riff, that dark sounding riff.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
Maybe here.
Is this the one? I think
I don't know if I got it or not. I thought I did.
If you didn't, I did. I don't know if you have my video.
The purple bell. There it is.
Yeah. That's the same guy to the band and thanking them. He's picking up a bra. I don't know what's in the Ziploc.
I don't know. Was that a like a scarf, or was that?
And that's a scarf. He wore this scarf at the first show in New York.
Oh, I did see him get off the bus with it.
Yeah.
And Jeff is like, I'm not having any of this. He's like,
the elephant, for anyone who doesn't know, is his favorite animal. But yeah, it's kind of so cute. He's like, Mom, don't you want this stuff?
That's it.
Yeah.
I do have some more, but yeah, let's take a look. I lived in France since 05. And I used to drive up the coast toward his area and pop into random cafes, hoping to bump into him. I cried when he split from Amessa.
You know, yeah. I loved their relationship, but I'm happy Vanessa's happy with someone.
Yep. How does he play with the scissors for hands? I know we've got some latecomers. No, I'm sorry. We did not get to meet him. He was tied up in a special VIP guest list. He had 50 to 60 people, his legal team, and people from the court. And when I say from the court, I mean deputies and clerks and stuff that he invited.
I can share my end of night experience.
Yeah.
So my husband was with us and Tiffany and actually Laura, your husband, and you and Kayla and her mom. We all went to the bar and we ate. And then, you know, gosh, what time was it? Almost midnight or 1 a.m. People were, you know, you and your husband had an early flight out, so you went to bed. And I was planning on going home after the pub. And then Kayla and her mom left because they had a long drive back home. And then it was just me, Ed, and Tiffany. So we were like, oh, well, let's just see, you know, is he still here or whatever? We're going to pop over and see if he's still here. So we walk over. There's still about 20 fans on the back side of the anthem that are behind barricades. And then me and Tiff kind of looked down the alleyway, and nobody was on the other side. And I was like, let's get a better view because his door was facing the alleyway.
Right.
So we walked around and we waited and waited and waited. And I think like Mark might have popped out and was like, you girls should get going to the front. Don't be back here. And so he let us walk alongside the tour bus as it was backing out of the alleyway. And all of the fans were ushered by the anthem people to be on the left side. Exiting, they would be on the left side. And we were told to walk on the right side for safety reasons. And so we're walking right beside the bus that's backing out. Yeah. And I just look up at the blacked out windows, and there's this bright, shiny face of Johnny looking right at us. And he's smoking, and he's like, oh, hey, thanks for coming to the show. And me and Tiff were like, oh, hi. Like, it was really cute.
And that's like at 2:30 in the morning.
It was so early in the morning. It was, it was like 2. Yeah, like 2 in the morning. We waited for like 30 minutes or something. We thought he left already. Honestly, I didn't know if he was going to be in his bus. I don't know why, but, you know, but that's before that happened. We saw Ben and the team, but we didn't know where they came from or if they were on the bus. But
and we're never really sure if they're going to go on the bus to the next destination or if they're going to go to the hotel for the night.
Yeah, like we just didn't know. But me and Tiff, we had our, I don't know if Mark did that on purpose and he knew Johnny was going to be on that side and we had our special moment because we were there at the courthouse for so long. And if that's the case, thank you, Mark. That was really kind of you. So we got our little goodbye, and all the fans that were on the other side, unfortunately, all they saw were blacked out windows. They didn't see anything. And I feel really bad that they didn't get to say goodbye, but it is what it is. So that was the, and then we went back to the pub just, to go have a drink and go home.
Yeah.
But it was
It was a
really
long
fun. And
Yep.
I'm just,
We were so thrilled.
I loved the reunion of it all,
Yeah. It was full circle for me because doing everything I did online since 2016, fighting these fans, getting the truth out, knowing my truth was correct. I mean, it was proven. Yeah, I saw that frozen. I hope it's not frozen. Okay, somebody said the screen was frozen. Refresh, I guess.
Oh, I was like, is it me?
I think Ben knew who I was. I don't know if he knows my name. I don't know if he knows I'm the real Laura B, but he certainly recognized my face as a familiar face. I never thought to say, hey, I'm the real Laura B. I guess I was just so excited to see him. I didn't think to tell him my name, but I did tell Sam. But just to come full circle after sitting there in the courtroom. And again, I was not there as a fanatical fan. I was not dressing up like it was a concert or a nightclub. I was there every day just so he could feel the support that he had behind him.
And the majority of us, we sat behind the camera. Like, we didn't want to be on camera, and if there just so happened to have been a photo or something, that was most likely the court photographer got pictures of us. But for the most part, we were not on camera. But there was a moment, I think, actually, where you could see us when
the camera did sometimes move.
Isaac Baruch, when he was being sworn in, you saw us in that whole row.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Anybody who got sworn in.
So that was.
But they had to be careful because of the jury too.
Well, yeah, that camera wouldn't go past a certain point.
And I was really happy to be able to see the jury. No, they were not sleeping, people. They were not sleeping. I was so angered when I heard that. They were complaining. Some people, and I think even some of the court people, commentators said that they were sleeping. They were not sleeping. They were very uncomfortable with the way she was staring at
the
them.
jury.
Yeah, and they might go like this and look at their papers, and
they had notepads in front of them
on their laps,
and they have computer screens in front of them. Well, shared computer screens. I think it was for every two people was a computer screen. And so for the most part, they were looking down, and they did not give Amber eye contact during a majority of her. What do you call that?
Yeah, they got really uncomfortable with her.
Yeah, they did. A little squeamish. But they weren't, I mean, maybe they were tired and maybe they looked dozy, but I don't think any of them were like straight up snoring or sleeping.
I used to have a really good picture. Let me see if I can get it for you.
Was it of us?
No, they had a really good picture of the inside of the courtroom, and I thought I'd bring that up, and maybe that's what we'll close on. Hold on one second.
I have a picture of us, or did I text it to you?
No, not of us. Of how the juries was set up, their seating area, and I'm just looking at it.
Oh, the diagram.
Oh, here it is. I have it. Okay, so let me share that so you can see what we're talking about. Hold on. Let's go to this one. Did I just lose it? Okay, so this one is taking me to the room. Oh, bummer. So I have to go back here. Hey, guys, you're not helping me. I just had you up here. So right there, this is the jury where they sat. So you see how low those screens are? So if it made them look like they were looking down, let me get that one back. Look how low they are. So they had their pads on their laps. They were looking down. So no, I do not believe for a second they were sleeping. I think they just, when it was only testimony, they were not comfortable with her at all. This is where this is set up for only 2 tables, but it would have been 4 tables. And let's see if we have our room. That's the jury room. That's where we came in for security. And this one will not go big for me for some reason. This was the room right here that we sat.
Yeah, very tiny benches. It fit like 8 people at the most.
Yeah. So we could fit 10,
but it was pretty tight.
Yeah, let's see if it'll show me. There it is. So this front row was Johnny's legal team. This row, the second row was kept empty for the photographer. The next row would have been Sean and Mark and Beachy and anybody else he brought that day. So that's how we were set up.
Yeah. I'm trying to find, I know I had a great picture of all of us. I'm not sure where it is. But it's got me, you, Jax, Teresa, Kayla, like the whole crew was like in a row.
Staring at the jury. Yeah, she was like acting like they would ask her a question and she'd turn to the jury and then turn around and they were freaked out. They were freaking out.
Yeah. I'm going to send you a couple and you can choose.
You're going to send me on speaker? I'm
texting.
Okay.
Of course, it's in my iCloud because it was so long ago.
Yeah. But I just think it's fun that we could share this with you guys because we were there.
Yeah. Did I send you that one? Oh, this one.
Oh, I see what you're sending us. Yeah.
Okay, this one has no watermark. I don't know if we're allowed to show it without the watermark, but
yeah, as long as
oh,
it's
here's our crew.
There's Teresa, Kayla, Bekka. I'm at the end. So I was in their row that day.
I'm the redhead.
You're the redhead. Behind me, I can't tell. I see June and Jax should have been there. Maybe she wasn't there that day. Jax and Brian.
You might have actually been beside, I think that's Danny behind you.
Yeah.
Jax might have been beside you against the wall. Yeah.
This is Brian. A different day.
You see Brian?
I'm leaning right into my camera. I'm like, no, I don't see Brian.
Brian's right behind you.
Oh, yeah. Now I see Brian. And
I just sent you another one.
Yep. And then this one. Here we are.
There's us. This was our last. This was our goodbye dinner. This was our.
I'm terrible for taking comments down. So we got Kayla and Bekka, and that's June. Pearl, I think, is her Twitter name. Brian, myself, Jax, and there's Teresa. So I hope we've given you a little bit of our experience, not just of the concert, but who's twins? Oh wait, I saw something about saying, "Are we twins?" I guess I missed that one. Are you girls twins?
Danny, could they be talking about?
I don't know, but there was no twins there.
Twins.
I did meet Rob and Ian.
Yeah.
And Joe. I can't remember who else was there, but and GUI guy and
James from court.
Yeah, we met them all.
Yeah.
Rob and Ian and I hung out a couple nights because they came, I think, the last week. Yeah. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you
were all in line for hours beforehand. Yeah. You could not help but meet the people because once we hit 100 people, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, there's already 100 here. I'm going to leave." So, I mean, you get familiar with the people who would show up over and over again. But yeah,
and they'd watch your stuff to go to the bathroom. They'd watch your stuff when you took some stuff back to the car. They would, save your.
There was a few instances where people would leave their backpack and then go back to their hotel to sleep because court would get out. What time? Was it 6 when we would
at night? Yeah.
It would get out at 6, and this was towards the end. Then we'd get back in line at 11:30. So a lot of people did not get sleep.
No. 3 hours of sleep. I would go. In fact, the one time I went and I showered, ate, went to bed, and my alarm went off. And I got up and I got in my car and it was 10 p.m. And it wasn't my alarm. It was just a notification. And I was such a zombie that I just got up and went through the motions.
Yeah.
I didn't know about these t-shirts. Awesome.
I managed to buy the Justice of Virginia t-shirt with your and Brian's name. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know about those.
That must be like an Etsy thing. Somebody's doing an Etsy thing. Yeah.
Maybe. But I think I'm going to close this out. We're right about at an hour and a half. Yeah, right. Nobody needs sleep when they're doing this, but we had to be a little careful about the afternoons in the courtroom because they would kick you out if you started to fall asleep. Yeah. They did not like that. And
with some people who got removed a couple times, but they weren't barred from court. They were just
No.
told to go take a walk and grab a
Take a walk.
snack and come back. So
Yeah. Thank you, Ardo. Appreciate it. Oh, I know.
Oh.
Here we go. All right, so I'm really going to play this now. Thank you.
Were there any other questions? Did you want to answer questions at the end, or we're good?
That's it. Shout out to the awesome player, bass player, Shonda Bass, right? Shonda.
I can't remember.
I think it's
Shonda. She was great. The drummer was great. They found the drummer in Germany. She's actually really young. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm not seeing it. I'm just saying big thank yous, and people are leaving.
Yeah.
We've been on about an hour and a half, and I so appreciate you all. I will be leaving my live stream up. I won't be taking it down. And I don't think we did anything copyright wise that was YouTube free music that I used throughout. Yeah. I have another video coming up. I won't have another weekly roundup. I wanted to have a note say this. I'm attending a wedding here. So Thursday, I'm tied up that. Friday's the Wednesday wedding, Saturday and Sunday's family stuff. So I won't have a weekly roundup, but I am doing the Warner Brothers Part 2. I'll drop that up Friday. And I'm not sure how many more weekly roundups we'll do while he's on tour, because it seems like that's pretty much the news cycle right now.
It's going to be a little bit of the same thing for the next month and a half.
So my series are going to continue with the unsealed documents, throw them out there just to memorialize them. The same with the pre-trial battlefield from all these motions that were filed in other courts. We have the insurance lawsuits against Amber Heard, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do Brad and Angie. I'm looking into that because I have a different take on it than a lot of people. I'm looking at it more from a business side as far as the winery, not so much the allegations. But we also have another one now. We see what's going on Twitter. This is, I think, it's important. We've got Boozy, we've got Kat Tenbarge, we've got Taylor Lorenz, and how they're kind of coming after us, and they're really one-sided, and they are absolutely motivated and biased in their reporting. And way before we knew about them, they wrote a scathing article about Arianda Jacobs, that she is an influencer manager organizer where she does these TikTok houses, the incubator houses. And she did a scathing article for New York Times. Ari sued her, and sadly they lost. It was dismissed. However, the judge did say you were open to refile this. Like anything he denied, it was fully explained why, so that she was able to refile. And a lot of it had to do with whether she was a public person, and if they had to she had to show actual malice. Like, was she a private person or a public person? So she's refiled, and I think that might be interesting to cover because that's really affecting so much of us on social media now.
Yeah, especially the monetized people.
All of us. I mean, they're just dogpiling us, and they're pushing these agendas, and they have a platform to do it. She switched over to WAPO. I don't even use their name anymore. Kat's on NBC. They're really, really pushing their narratives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's very biased. So that's what I've got coming up. I do playlists and
I want to squeeze this in since you mentioned Boozy. I had noticed that something about people are starting to look up celebrity handles on Boozy's app. And I guess, Kanye's been a bit disruptive, whether you agree with him or not. and he's in the far green side, which is just, you know, and I don't spew hate on my Twitter. I try to stay as classy as possible. I might retweet a few things, but I'm in the red, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like the nicest person ever.
And your private account.
Huh? And my
private account.
Private account.
So what Boosie's
no,
doing?
my Twitter's public, I think.
Oh, okay. Check it again. So what Boosie's done is he's written these programs where he can scan. So if you do a hashtag Amber Heard as an A, you know, the word, it will automatically flag you and block you. So he's got these programs, and now he wants to bring it to YouTube. So that's his next step. So Jacobs is now being repped by a warrior, Hammett. Yes, Dillon. So they joined the lawyer she already had. So, and I'm hope this works out for her. I want to bring it, but let's face it, New York Times has a massive legal department. So I hate to say goodbye, but I think we have to. We had a great time
with you. Yeah.
I'm so glad you came on. We'll do this again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.